Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Son of Stars. Welcome to today's reading. I know you guys love the future spouse readings. What we're going to look at today is their first impression of you. I'm smiling because I know it's going to be like interesting, and I have a lot of fun doing future spouse readings, specifically when it comes to like how do they view you, how do they feel about you, like when you first get to know each other. So I'm very excited for today's reading. Today we're gonna look at what their first impression will be of you. Now you have to keep in mind that first impression can be when they see you outside for the first time, meaning like, for example, you guys meet somewhere at a bar or at a restaurant or even in a train or something like that. But you guys could also meet, maybe some of you guys, you've already met them and for others of you, this could also be like online, or maybe they see your Instagram, your Snapchat, then they might also know you from a friend of a friend of a friend or something along those lines. So keep an open mind when I say first impression, because again, it could be online, or it could also be that you guys meet for the first time in a train where you have your first eye contact with each other. I'm just a sucker for love. If I think about I think the most exciting thing I find is the first time looking at each other, or the way people meet and stuff like that. I'm a sucker for all these stories, like how we met and how it all happened, and that's why I'm very excited for this reading. Okay, so we're gonna look at what their first impression would be of you. This could also be their first impression when you guys are in a conversation, right? For example, again, they see you, you see them, you guys maybe they approach you, ask you for your number, and what is their first impression? But it could also be when you meet for the first time and you guys have a first first hour where you guys are talking and chatting a little bit over a coffee or whatever it is. Okay, so again, keep an open mind when I say first impression. It could be a lot of scenarios for a lot of you guys. I'm just thinking if there's anything else that I wanted to say. I do not think so. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that this is going to be like a whole series. So that means my intention is to create readings that are kind of connected to each other, meaning we're going to look at their first impression of you today. The next one will be what your first impression would be of them, and then it goes on and on and on, like who are they really, then your first date and stuff like that. So I'm really gonna dive deep into the whole story, okay, to just keep you company on your journey to to meeting them, okay, because everything happens energetically first before it becomes something tangible. Okay, so it's kind of like keeping your hearts connected to each other in separation, but it's not necessarily separation. This is just like two people, just imagine that you and your future spouse, it's almost like, oh, I have to do some stuff, and you also say, oh, I have to do some stuff, and then we meet each other when we are ready and we got our stuff done. That's how I see it. Okay, yeah, so I don't think I have anything else. Oh, one more thing. There is a nightingale right in front of my window, because I live in an area that is quite it's full of greenery and trees and stuff like that. It's kind of like a village. I live in a city, but it's kind of like a little area in the city that seems or feels like a village, and there's a nightingale right in front of my window. It's quite loud, so if you hear birds chirping, I actually really like the vibe today, because I can hear the nightingale. And I didn't know that the nightingale bird, that the male nightingale is actually the one who's singing, and he is singing to attract like a ladybird. And I find this so freaking cute, I don't know, it's just the whole vibes are very beautiful today, because they're keeping us company, right? It's pairing time. It's time to meet each other. So he's singing, so his ladybird hears him. Okay, guys, I don't want to talk too much. In the next clip, you can choose between 4 beautiful images, and I'm going to see in your reading, we're going to find out what is your future spouse's first impression of you. That's a tongue twister. I'm gonna see you there. Hello, my beautiful pie number one. So you chose this beautiful image here. Let's find out. What is the first impression that your future spouse has of you? Okay, so first things first, your future spouse will feel like there's something very, very dreamy about you, okay? There could be an energy where they just perceive you as you are currently daydreaming when they see you outside, or when they go on your profile, they might be seeing like a lot of nature pictures, or that you like to take pictures in nature, that you like to take pictures of the moon, okay? Or that you just like very like romantic pictures, or with a romantic setting, meaning flowers or the moon or something like that, okay? But the other thing that I also pick up here, depending on if it's online or if you guys meet each other for the first time outside, okay, or whether it is in a conversation, they perceive you as like a dreamer, okay? So your future spouse perceives you as a dreamer, which means they see you as somebody who is really appreciating life, is trying to live like a sweet life, okay? And they also see you as somebody who is a dreamer, meaning that you want to make your dreams come true, okay? So your future spouse has the impression of you that you are quite dreamy, okay? I almost want to say that they find that very endearing, okay? You could be somebody who's daydreaming a lot. You could be posting a lot about making your dreams come true, or you could be posting a lot about, like, again, nature or beautiful places or something along those lines, okay? I'm feeling here, if it's in a conversation, they would just feel like you have big dreams, okay? They see you as a dreamer. They see you as somebody who has like a very, your soul and your spirit is very alive, okay? You know how some people kind of gave up on their dreams and they just surrendered to circumstances? Your future spouse will feel like that you are a dreamer, okay? That you are, I'm also hearing a dreamer and a achiever. Now keep in mind, if you feel like I am describing things that have not yet fully developed within you, do not worry, because it's a future prediction. You might meet your future spouse in 3 months, in 1 year, in 2 years, depending on when you will meet them. That will be their first impression of you, okay? So very dreamy vibes. I also want to say, I feel like when they talk to you or when they look at you, they will feel like they are kind of like in a trance, okay? It's almost like they're out of it. I'm feeling here like when they talk to you, they cannot really concentrate because they are so, I don't know, it almost feels like, you know how like a dreamy vibe? It feels like a, how can I even explain it? I don't know if you know like Pikachu, not Pikachu, how do you call that? Ash? Pokemon. Okay, in Pokemon there's this one pink something something. I don't know what it is called, Pummeluff or something, Pummeluff, I don't know what it is called, but its superpower is to sing and it makes you fall asleep. And that's the type of vibe that I pick up here. I almost want to say they will feel like it's so beautiful to listen to you because you are somebody who talks very, very positively about life, or that you are just in general very positive about achieving your goals or making your dreams happen, or you're just very, very passionate about the topic dreams and making dreams happen, okay? I'm feeling an energy where your future spouse will kind of feel like you're putting them into a trance. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like they cannot fully, like they're listening to you and they're looking at you, but they feel like they get sucked into your energy. I don't know, it's almost like you're seducing them with your dreamy energy, with your dreamy vibes, okay? I also heard soft on the eyes, okay? So for my ladies, your future spouse might feel like you are a natural beauty, or you don't need much makeup, or you're not wearing much makeup, and they might really like that, okay? Nothing wrong with makeup, but I'm just feeling like a very, very soft energy here, okay? They could also perceive just your character is very, very soft, okay? I also heard confident and witty. Now the funny thing is, your future spouse will perceive you as somebody who's very confident, who knows what they're doing, or who knows where they want to go in life, okay? They see you as somebody who kind of knows who they are, what they want, how to get there, okay? Very, very ambitious, very, very goal-oriented. That's how they perceive you. So here, it almost feels like very, very confident in what you want to achieve, and even if you don't know how to get there, you know that you're going to find a way to get there. Does that make sense? Okay, so they perceive you as a dreamer, and you inspire them to, it's a beautiful energy, you inspire them to dream, you inspire them to sweet, how do you say that, to live a sweet life, okay? Or to explore, to go on adventures, okay? They will feel like you really stir up some kind of like dreams in them, or you stir up like them wanting to go on an adventure with you, okay? Now I also heard that you are very like they will perceive you as somebody who's very, very funny, okay? Your future spouse will feel like you're very, very funny, very, very entertaining, okay? But it's interesting because you have two sides to you. One side, you are quite serious, okay? You're serious when it comes to business. You're serious when it comes to achieving your dreams. You're serious when it comes to overcoming any obstacle that might separate you from you and your dreams, okay? And your future spouse will find that very, very interesting about you, because on the outside you might look as somebody who is dreamy, okay? And that's interesting, okay? From the outside you might look at as somebody who's like dreamy, or somebody who how can I say that, you know, the people that have dreams and people laugh at them? That's what I'm picking up here, okay? They feel like on the outside you might be somebody where people say, well, that's a big dream, how are you going to make this happen? But then when they talk to you, they kind of know that you will achieve it, because there's something, it's almost like you have something inside of you. You would be the character in a movie to make it happen, because there's an eternal flame, the spark. I want to say it's like your spirit is so alive that it creates life force. I don't know how else to explain it, but it feels like they see you as the one that would make things happen, or the one that would make their dreams happen, because you believe, okay? It feels like your future spouse will perceive you as somebody who is a dreamer, is an achiever, okay? Even if you're still on your way when you guys meet each other, but they know that you will succeed with whatever you have planned in your mind, okay? Yeah, I also heard a man or a woman with a plan. Okay, so your future spouse will perceive you as somebody who is a man or a woman with a plan. Now, interestingly enough, the card that you have chosen, look at her. She has her notebook here. She's on her table. She's doing her thing, okay? Look at that energy. The first impression that your future spouse has of you is a man or a woman with a plan. They might also see you as somebody who gets quite a lot of attention, okay? I don't know if you do something on social media, or if you have quite a lot of followers, or this could be just on the day where they spot you in the crowd, or where you guys meet each other. For some reason, a lot of people look at you on that day, okay? This could be because you have your best dress on, or you have like a very colorful shirt on, but they perceive you as somebody who is going, I don't know, they perceive you as somebody who's going to succeed, or you are exactly the type of person that would succeed where other people were laughing, because they might perceive you as, like, I would say even naive, okay? So on the outside, people might look at you as naive, or like very, very soft spoken, or somebody who, you know, like when you talk about like making dreams happen, some people would say that's a lot of hard work, and people might be perceiving you as somebody who's like very, very gentle or very, very soft. So they would not think that you could make it happen, because they don't see the strength, but your softness or your gentle energy is actually your strength, okay? That's what your future spouse will know when they talk to you. But again, in the beginning, there's something about your future spouse perceiving you, or their first impression of you, is somebody who gets a lot of attention. Again, I don't know why. This could be exactly like on that day you get a lot of attention, or this could be that you are somebody who's in the public eye, even if that's not already a reality. Again, you might meet your future spouse in 1 or 2 years, or in 3 months, and this might be your reality, okay? Specifically when you are currently trying to manifest that kind of reality. But again, at the same time, they also perceive you as somebody who's very, very fun to talk to, okay? You have like a very serious side to you, because you are very, very serious about achieving your dreams. You know, some people have dreams, they talk a lot about it, but there's not much action. They see you as somebody who has a dream, and you will do whatever it takes, okay? So your strength, you are like, again, you are somebody who's like very fun, very, you enjoy life, okay? You don't take life too seriously, okay? But what you take very, very seriously is your dreams. Your dreams are your everything. You achieving what you put your mind to is everything for you, okay? They see you as somebody who's very, very strong, or somebody who has like a strong willpower, specifically when it comes to manifesting dreams, or manifesting a specific dream. This could be like a dream vacation, or this could be a house, or whatever it is, okay? Their first impression of you is an energy where they see that you are very, very intelligent, like extremely intelligent. You have like a very sharp mind. But again, from the outside looking in, some people might perceive you as like a too dreamy to achieve, because you might be all up in your head all the time, okay? But they see that this is actually not the truth, okay? They see you as somebody who is extremely intelligent, and they might feel like you are just working your way up, okay? Or they could be perceiving you as somebody who knows their purpose, okay? You are living on earth with a purpose. They will feel like you're really on a mission to make something happen. And nobody can stop you from doing so. They see you as very strong-willed. Again, you are a dreamer that puts in action. Okay. Now with the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I just feel like your future spouse feels like you are, their first impression of you is somebody who's very, very soft-spoken, or that you are not taking life too seriously. Again, you have like a very, very funny side, but you also have like a very, very serious side. There are certain things that you are very, very serious about. I feel like for some of you guys, it might be like your religion, your spiritual beliefs, okay, as well as your dreams. But then there's other things where you're like, you know, life isn't that, don't take life too seriously, because we're all gonna end up leaving planet Earth. Okay, that's the type of vibe that I pick up here. They see you as somebody who, again, is very imaginative, very, very dreamy. I feel like Pisces energy here, to be honest, okay? And again, for some reason, you will be the center of attention on that day, or they just feel like you are succeeding. Okay, there could be like maybe going on your Instagram, or there could be an energy where around the time where you meet your future spouse, there's something about you succeeding at something, okay? Or it could even be like, maybe for example, it's your birthday on that day, and there's like a birthday celebration, and everybody is saying like, hey, it's your birthday and stuff like that. And on that day you meet them for the first time. Of course, you will be the center of attention, okay? So there's an energy of you being the center of attention on that day when you meet them, or that you in general are somebody who's in the public eye, or you might have a following, okay? You might be somebody who's quite popular, or you have like a lot of friends or something like that. Or they could be feeling that you are somebody who is popular, or that you probably have like a lot of friends or something along those lines. It doesn't have to be that this is really you, but this is their first impression of you, okay? So let's see, let's get one more card here. Pie number one. What is pie number one's future spouse's first impression of pie number one? Okay, they also perceive you as somebody who is romantic, okay? There's something very romantic about you, okay? Or they could be thinking like, I'm feeling an energy where your future spouse will think, oh, she probably likes it when I approach her romantically, or when I do something romantic, you know? They perceive you as somebody who might like romantic gestures, okay? Let's see. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get this one first. Pie number one's future spouse's first impression of pie number one. How do they perceive pie number one? Their first impression of pie number one. What's going on here? Okay. The Death card. Okay. They see you as somebody who is not afraid. Okay. They perceive you as somebody who's not afraid. Somebody who takes risks. Calculated though, not like a fool. They're calculated, okay? I feel an energy where your future spouse perceives you as mysterious, okay? They perceive you as somebody who really, they perceive you as somebody who's not fearful for whatever reason. So this could be that you are somebody who in society who does things that usually people don't do, or you talk about topics that people usually don't talk about. There's like a surprising effect where you do things that people usually don't do, or people usually don't say. or you are interested in topics, you have hobbies, that is unusual, okay? There's something about they feel like that you are different because you really stick out in the crowd. You don't go with the flow. Again, you could be doing things with the death card that are even like quotes that you post, for example, okay, depending on how you guys will meet and, you know, what it pertains to. If they would see your quotes, these would be quotes that are completely out of the box, okay? Or this could be like your music interest, something that you are interested in, or something that you say is something that you usually don't hear, okay? They will feel like there's like a surprising effect about you because you speak about the unspoken, or you do things, you know, like when everybody is walking road A, you're walking road B. Okay. Let's see. How do they perceive you? How do they perceive you? Okay, number one. Yeah. Ace of Wands. You bring an energy to the table that is very interesting. I almost feel like I have an image in my mind right now where they look at you and they try to analyze you. They're very, very fascinated about how you do things. They're very, very fascinated because you do things, again, that are, you talk about topics that are usually not talked about. For example, mental health or occultism or whatever the heck it is. There's something about you that you don't see it in every corner, okay? Or you're just like the black sheep, the weirdo in the crowd, okay? And I feel like when they talk to you, because I have like an image where they really look at you with very intense eyes, and they're going to be like, I never thought about that. I never thought about it like that, or I never heard of something like that. Or you might be telling like a story, or you might be telling them about like a random fact or something like that. Okay, you really bring like a new fresh energy to the table that surprises them, it intrigues them, it makes them feel like very, very seduced, like they feel seduced by this energy that you bring, okay? Two of Swords, you make this person think, okay? You make them think, and you make them like, I'm hearing, you make them giddy, okay? You make them feel giddy, or you make them feel adventurous, but I feel an energy where your future spouse will perceive you as somebody who you always surprise them with what you say again, or with what you do. And it's like they want to know more. They want to see more. They want to hear more of your stories. You might be even talking about like spirit guides and stuff like that. And they're very, very interested in that topic I'm seeing here, okay? Again, you are doing something in life, believing something, okay? This could even be like your belief system, or your religion. Is very like, every time somebody talks to you, or when your future spouse is talking to you, they drive back home with like, really like thinking, you know, what you've been saying. It excites them, okay? it's not this normal boring conversation. They feel like they have like they feel like they perceive you as somebody you can have like very funny conversations with you, okay? Very fun and lighthearted, but you can also have like very deep conversations with you, where the topic might be taboo, or the topic might be something that you usually don't talk about, okay? What they will like about you is that you make them think, okay? Let's get a few more cards here. How will they perceive you? What is their first impression of you? It almost feels like from the beginning, when they meet you, they will feel like there's something very intense. Like you have like a very soft energy, but you also, again, it almost feels like two faces I'm picking up here. You can be very soft, funny, lighthearted, but you also have like a very intense energy to you, depending on the topic. Okay, depending on the topic. It's like when somebody has a conversation with you, it's like a very intense conversation that makes you change your belief system, a conversation that makes you question God, makes you question life or death, makes you question, you know what, do you know what I mean? It's like makes you question a lot of things. Or even the music that you listen to is very deep, for example, the lyrics, okay? Or just the way that you're living your life, your lifestyle. Is very intense, very new. The interesting thing is I feel like there is an energy where you have an energy that is traditional, but at the same time not traditional at all. You're like a mix between traditional, okay, may it be to traditions in your family, traditions in your when it comes to your origin or your roots, but then there's something also very untraditional about you. Overall, they perceive you as somebody who's very strong, but your strength comes from being kind, friendly, loving, okay? It almost feels like you don't have to cut somebody's head off to get to the top. Or to succeed or something like that, okay? Let's see, how do they perceive you? What is their first impression of you? Here. They perceive you as somebody who they might be perceiving you as somebody who's not interested in love, okay? So in the beginning when you when you guys maybe see each other for the first time, or they're not quite sure if you're really interested in getting to know them, because you might be quite busy. Let's say, for example, you are at a cafe or you're doing something that is very important, okay? They could be thinking like, I'm not sure if she's interested in talking to me. She seems to be quite busy. She seems to be looking at something here, okay? They might feel like maybe you're not interested in talking to them. Could even be that a lot of people are talking to you with the 6. It could be that a lot of people are talking to you on that day, okay? And they're not quite sure if you're interested in talking to them, again, because you seem to be quite busy here. Busy with people, busy with responsibilities, whatever it is. What is their first impression of you? Do you know what I'm feeling here? When they talk to you, your future spouse will feel like they want to hug you, or they feel like your love, like the loving energy that exudes from your spirit and your soul is so inviting, almost to the point where they feel like they want to hug you, or It's like very, very nurturing that I pick up here, okay? They will feel like they want to hug you here. Or they want to be in your presence. Okay. Chariot. Yeah. Also, you might be on the go, okay? Because we talked about if they're not quite sure if when they see you for the first time, if you are interested, okay? So there could be an energy where you are on the go when they see you for the first time, but overall, how they perceive you as a person in general, or their first impression of you, is an energy where, again, do you see that? He's not quite sure. Should I wake her up or should I let her sleep? Do you see that? Overall, they feel like you're somebody, you're like a goal getter, okay? They feel like you will be achieving your dreams, you will be achieving your goals. You have so much willpower. They're very turned on by your willpower, okay? They see you as somebody who is gonna make it big, or you're gonna make your dreams happen. They do believe in you. Okay. Or they just feel like you have like very dreamy vibes. Or feel like you have like dreamy eyes, or just your aura is very dreamy. Are they allowed to disturb you, okay, while you're maybe thinking about something? They feel like you have like a lot of options, or they could perceive you as somebody who, yeah, you have a lot of options, or you could, I feel an energy where they're thinking, are you available or are you not? Okay. With the Two of Cups, I feel an energy here. Yeah, it's like you pull, your future spouse will feel like you pull them in, you put them in a trance, or you pull them in to the point where like it almost feels like they are in a trance. I don't know how to explain it, okay? Because with the Two of Cups, I feel an energy here where their first impression of you feels like an energy where they cannot resist. That's what it feels like. For some reason, they cannot resist. To them, you are unresistible. It's like almost like automatically that their body is moving towards you. Or for some reason they feel like when it's like on you know, like on an app, they just feel like they want to write you or tell you almost like their whole life story. It's almost like, do you know what I mean? It feels like it almost happens automatically and naturally, organically, where they just feel so energetically attracted to you, where they feel seduced to tell you like their life story, or be very, very truthful and open, okay? It feels like an energy where they almost feel like you put them on a spell. I mean, they're not gonna think that, but for some reason they cannot resist you. It's like they're being pulled, their whole body is being pulled to you, okay? So you might even see that this person is like giving you a kiss out of nowhere randomly, or they're hugging you very tightly or something like that. It's like they cannot resist your energy I'm picking up here, okay? I also feel like they will become very romantic with you, or again, they could feel like that you might be somebody who likes romantic gestures, okay? So overall, your future spouse will feel like there's a very dreamy vibe about your soul and your spirit, okay? You are very, very soft, and you don't take life too seriously, but at the same time, certain things are very important to you, and I feel like it's finding your life purpose or making your dreams come true. Okay? Again, yes, exactly. Because I was saying that you might be talking about things that are a taboo topic, unheard of. And now I'm looking at the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is usually preaching. And when you go to the church, you usually go to the church to hear like breathtaking, groundbreaking information. And, you know, like, that's why you go to the church, right? To have like an energy of like, now I can make things happen. Okay, they might even see you as like a motivational speaker. Okay, they could perceive you like that, even if you are not somebody, but they could perceive you as a motivational speaker, excuse me. Or they could just perceive you as, if you say things, they hold weight. Okay, they could also be perceiving you as very religious, but in a beautiful way. It's a religious energy or a spiritual energy that speaks life into you. That's what I'm feeling here. They feel like you speak differently compared to the people that they usually talk to or have dated before. There's a difference in the way you speak, what you speak about, and how you approach life. Okay, with the Hierophant, their first impression of you is, I feel like they're gonna be quite surprised. Okay, yeah, and then the Holiday here, because I'm looking at the card that you've chosen. The Holiday, again, they could be seeing pictures of you where you are on holidays for the first time, which is the reason why it looks so dreamy and, you know, like so beautiful, you know, because I picked up the dreamy vibe here. But this could also be, they just feel like every time they are with you, they could even feel like you just came from holidays. Okay, it could be because you have like a tan or something like that, or that you just in general do dress very colorful, or you could be just dressing like you could have like beach waves or something like that, like something with your aesthetic or your aesthetic or appearance that could remind somebody of holidays. Maybe like you having a tan, or you wearing like earrings that have shells in them, or just the way that you dress. Okay, there could also be an energy that just reminds of like beach vibes. Okay, reminds of, if you just possible, feels like you can have like a really good time with you. Like a day spent with you is freaking fun, okay? But again, all of a sudden you drop like a bomb of like whatever the heck you're saying, and then it's like, oh. And then I think about it. This person thinks about what you've been saying. Your soul is very deep, and sometimes you drop bombs where people, you touch their soul when you speak. And then you make them think. And this person will keep coming back for more and more and more, okay? I just feel like your future spouse will feel like they will have the impression of you that everything is possible, or what is possible. Okay, meaning what is possible. When I say that, I mean contemplating about life and its meaning, or contemplating about a lot of things that again are usually not talked about, but you will talk about it. Okay, Okay, my beautiful pile number 1, I hope you like this reading. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with it. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose this beautiful image here. Let's find out. How will the first impression of your future spouse be of you? Was that correct English? Their first impression of you. Okay, so let's see. I channeled something before I started your reading, and I heard a flame can bring warmth, but it can also burn you. Okay. The cards that came out for you were the nurturing card and the soul healing. And I was being brought to fire. Okay. Their first impression of you might be that you are very, very hot, okay? In their eyes, you are extremely hot, okay? But they also feel like, the interesting thing that I pick up here, their first impression of you might be that you have like a very warm aura, okay? This could be that you might have very warm eyes, okay? Hazel brown, for example, or that your skin complexion might be very warm, or the colors that you wear might be very earthy, okay? Very warm colors. I'm feeling here that they feel like you can be a sweetheart, but you can also be a beast, okay? I pick up this energy here that they want to come near you, or they want to approach you. The soul card, it's almost like, come here. I feel this energy like, come. And your future spouse will feel like their first impression of you is like they feel attracted to, they feel like very, very drawn to talking to you, texting you, okay? But there might be an energy where they are kind of afraid that you will burn them, or that they will burn themselves with this temptation. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like temptation that can burn you, okay? They might perceive you as like, oh, you know, she could be, you know, like a heartbreaker. He could be like a troublemaker or something like that, okay? They feel like, oh, you look way too good to be single, or you look way too, I don't know, it's almost like they don't trust if they will have a chance with you, or they don't trust if you're interested in them. There's something about, I want to be careful with pile number 2, because I could get rejected, or because they feel like this could get like embarrassing, you know, like maybe she's not texting back, maybe he's not interested, okay? Because again, they perceive you as somebody like, oh, you're really, really hot, you're very, very sexy, okay? And they see you, they feel like you might be very kind, but they're not quite sure about it. I keep feeling an energy of like somebody who, again, it's like a fire, can be very, very beautiful to be around, okay? Because it's warm and cozy and welcoming. But at the same time, if you get too close, you can burn yourself. And that's what it feels like. Their first impression is, this can get dangerous, okay? Dangerous even in a sense where I'm hearing dangerously in love, okay? Oh, baby, baby. So when you talk for the first time, maybe like on the phone, okay, the first conversation on the phone, or texting for a week, they feel like, oh, my feelings, this attraction is extremely intense. The temperature goes high. If I continue to talk to pile number 2, I might fall in love, and that might mean danger to me, okay? It's not really danger, but when we fall in love, we can get hurt, right? It's a passionate flame that can either give you warmth or it can burn you. They see something very... They see you as somebody you are unfuckwithable. Is that a word? I think so. They feel like people have to be careful not to cross your boundaries. So you do have like a strong presence that commands respect. Or you have like a strong presence where people are like, okay, she's very kind or he's very kind, but I also feel like they have like a other side to them, okay? So they feel like for them, you have like a very strong presence in their life, okay? They feel like you are the main attraction, maybe on a dating app, maybe wherever you're at, because I'm thinking about the lion, how the lion is the main attraction in a zoo, because we have the lion energy here. Okay. They just feel like, for example, when I say main attraction, I just want, what I mean by that is, for example, if it's on a dating app, they will feel like they don't want to talk to nobody but you, for example, okay? It's almost like you command the room, or when you walk into the room, it's like the eyes are on you, or their eyes are on you. Okay. Now another thing that I want to tell you guys is how their first impression of you. You could have like a resting bitch face or like a very serious face in the beginning. Okay, that's why they maybe are a little bit scared or intimidated. That's the word. They will be a little bit intimidated to speak to you, to approach you, to text you. Okay? Because they feel like you have strong boundaries, or someone should not cross your boundaries. I don't know why. It might just be your aura or your vibe, okay? That you command, like, demand respect, or so people just know that there's like, you gotta be careful with pie number 2, okay? You can get like the sweet side, but there's also a different side to you. And even if they don't know that, they can feel it energetically, okay? Another thing that I want to tell you guys is your future spouse's first impression of you. We have the Lover's card here twice, and we have the Two of Cups. Okay, here's the Lover's card. I don't know if you can see it, guys. I think that's better. Okay, how their first impression of you is that you have so many similarities. They will feel like, wow, pie number 2 is like me, or we have the same favorite song, the same favorite music taste, the same favorite movie, color, food, dream, vacation. I mean, dream vacation. There's something about them looking at you and feeling like, wow, pie number 2 is like me. Or there's something about them looking at you and feeling like, why are there so many similarities between us? They would be like a little bit surprised about, like, you guys have so many similarities. This could be like literally like your aunt. The name of your aunt is Mary, and their aunt also, their name is Mary. You know, like something like that, okay? They will feel like, how in the world are we so alike? Or what are the odds that we have this in common? Okay, they perceive you, pie number 2, your future spouse perceives you as marriage material from the beginning. And they also perceive you as somebody who's very, very strong. This could be that you have muscles, muscular, or that you have like a very strong walk, a strong presence with your aura. Okay. their first impression of you, they will feel like, I'm hearing, if loving you is the wrong thing to do, I don't want to be right. That's so cheesy. So corny. But what I'm feeling here is like, for example, maybe their friends are telling them like, oh, you know, like you should be careful. She's a heartbreaker. He's a heartbreaker. They're not going to listen to their friends. Okay, you should listen to your friends if they tell you that. But in that case, it's a little bit different. Okay, because it feels like they will feel very, very seduced by you. But at the same time, I don't know, for some reason they will feel like there might be danger. Okay, the danger to fall in love. The danger to get heartbroken. But the fire that they feel for you, they're gonna be sexually attracted to you like crazy, okay? They see you as somebody who's very, very passionate with the way that you talk, with the way that you live. A fire that can bring warmth or it can burn you. Okay. I also heard gentle touch. So your future spouse feels like if they want to have a chance with you, they have to kind of like make the right moves. Or with the gentle touch, I just feel an energy where, oh, this could even be that they feel like you have a gentle touch, like when you touch them. It's like very gentle. It could even be like, although you are muscular, in case you are like a dude watching, they feel like you're still very soft with the way that you touch them, okay? And for others of you, I'm seeing here, they just feel like they want to gently come to you or be very gentle with the first text message, with the first words that they speak to you, okay? Pie number 2. What is pie number 2's future spouse's first impression of pie number 2? You see, that's the energy that I picked up here. There's something about the perfect match, or two people that were supposed to meet each other. I don't know why, but your future spouse will feel like there's no way that we have this in common, or why do we have so many similarities? Like, it's crazy. Okay. They just feel like their first impression of you is that you are made from the same cloth, or really are like very like-minded. Okay. With the 9 of Pentacles, they will perceive you as somebody who is very confident. Interestingly enough, in the beginning, they will feel like, I don't think pie number 2 will welcome me, okay, or I don't think pie number 2 will, I don't think pie number 2 has the time of the day for me. But then when they talk to you, they feel like you are like very welcoming, okay, with the 9 of Pentacles. Like a very welcoming energy. And I feel like they really have to hold back their sexual energy here, because it's like a lot, but they feel like they have to be careful with you. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. They just feel like they're falling in love with you so fast that it scares them. So they kind of want to slow down. okay? They perceive you as somebody who smells good, is stable in life, or somebody who's dressed very well, okay? Overall, they just perceive you as somebody who's very confident. Also, keep in mind, I might be describing your future self, okay? Depending on when you will meet your future spouse. Even if you don't feel like that right now. Let's see. How will they see you? What will they see? Knight of Swords, you see? And then there's this energy of they have to be fast, or somebody else will see you, catch you. Your future spouse has their first impression is you will not be single for too long. Like if they don't take a chance with you, somebody else will come. There's something about, with the Knight of Swords, they perceive you as like a catch, meaning if they don't act fast, somebody else will come. The interesting thing is I keep picking up everything is going so fast. They will feel like everything is going so fast with you. The way they feel about you. Okay. There's something about everything is going so fast. It is dangerous, or I'm falling in love so fast. I can burn myself. The Hanged Man, yeah. I also feel like they would perceive you as somebody who's very teasing, like you tease them, okay? It's almost like you don't want to... I keep feeling an energy of like fast and slow, okay? I'm feeling here they perceive you as somebody who's like a tease, meaning you are not... That's where the gentle touch came through. They feel like they have to be very gentle with you because you want to take things slow. You see, they perceive you as you wanting to take things slow. And they want to take things very, very fast here. But not because they want to rush. It's more so they're falling in love so fast with you that it is like shocking to them. Or they feel like, oh, this could be dangerous. But they see you as somebody like you do for them. Do you know what I'm hearing? Upside down. So I feel like when everybody's choosing the green color, you choose orange. It's almost like they feel like you are somebody who you like to switch things up, or you are somebody who you like unusual things, or you like to do things in an unusual way. Or you might be somebody who doesn't like to go with mainstream, okay? You're more so the one that likes like underground music or underground bands or something like that, okay? You're definitely doing your own thing here, I'm picking up. You're not the type of person to follow trends. You're doing your own thing. Now with the Ten of Pentacles, they could also perceive you as somebody who's wealthy, okay? Or in the beginning, they might even think to themselves, is pile number 2 even single? Because they cannot believe that you would be single. Does that make sense? They also perceive you as somebody who's like very fair. I keep feeling that they feel like they see their reflection in you. I don't know why. There must be something significant with similarities or significant when it comes to how your mind works. For example, you guys have the same favorite movie. For them, it's gonna be a shock. Okay, it feels like they're falling in love with you so fast, and there's so many similarities here, and they don't know how to handle all of that. Okay, because I'm feeling like it is a lot. Yeah. Yes, they perceive you as a lot, but in the best way possible. Their first impression of you is somebody who has a lot to give, or that your character, your personality is very versatile, very versatile. There could also be an energy where they feel like there's a lot going on in your life. You might be like a very busy person here with the Ten of Wands. They will feel like you stir up a lot of emotions and energy inside of them. They adore you. But again, they feel like, oh my God, will she reject me? Will he reject me? I don't know. Let's see. What is their first impression of you, pile number 2? Let's see. The High Priestess. Yes. Okay. We have here 10, 10, 10. Their first impression of you is that you are everything what they've been looking for. 10 is completion. You are everything they have been looking for. Maybe that's why they're shocked. Their perception of you is they perceive you as somebody who is almost like, how can I even say that? There's like an aspect here that feels like mind blown, that you blow this person's mind, that they feel like this is like a crazy coincidence, or but the High Priestess knows, so you do know. Okay, they might be shocked that you know things about them that they didn't tell you. They see you as somebody who has like psychic abilities, or somebody who knows things they're not supposed to know. Okay. With the 10 of Cups, it's like, yeah. It feels like you're so connected to them when you meet them, to the point where you finish this person's sentence, or you do things they're thinking about. There's something about an energy where they feel like there's no way this is a coincidence. It feels like destiny. But they also feel like you kind of know. So it's almost like they're looking at you like, you must be a witch, you know, but in, you know, like in a funny way. Or like, yeah, you know, are you a fortune teller? Something like that, okay? They will perceive you as a soul that would take them on an adventure, that life will be very, very adventurous with you. Okay. One more card here for pile number 2. What is their first impression of you? Let me blow your mind. They also feel like you are, yeah. I'm also seeing it here. You know what the thing is? They feel like when they are with you, they feel so intense, okay? Very intense emotions. But they also feel like you are very detached, or it's easy for you to detach, or it's easy for you to do your own thing. Does that make sense? It's like they perceive you as somebody who is good on their own. And that might make them a little bit insecure in the beginning if you want to be with them. Now don't worry, it's just, you know, the first impression, okay? Because I'm hearing they want to take you on a ride, or this person... Do you know what I'm feeling here? I'm feeling an energy, yeah, I'm feeling an energy here where your future spouse, you guys are, for example, meeting, and they want you to say that they should stay, or they want you to... They're waiting for your green light. Yeah, they're waiting for your green light to move a little bit faster in this connection, because they're very, very sure about you. But you are a tease, I'm feeling here. Okay. What is the first impression of you? One more card here for pile number 2. Their first impression of you. Yeah, it's like they don't understand how you give them so much space, or they don't understand how you, because they feel so fucking intense about it. But I think you get very used to like your future spouse's energy when you watch those readings and stuff like that. So it's almost like no surprise to you when you meet them, but for them it's like very, very shocking. Because I feel like with the High Priestess, you already know like a lot of stuff about your future spouse, okay? You might even know how they look and stuff like that. So for you, it's kind of like, yeah, I knew that, you know? Or I knew this, our connection is gonna be like that. But for them, it's kind of like a shock. Okay, so I'm seeing an energy here where your future spouse is just a little overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed. Because they feel that way. How do they perceive you? What is their first impression of you? They see you as like very cool, calm, collected, a little bit detached almost. And all they want to hear is that you tell them to come or to stay, or that you open your arms to hug them, something like that. Because again, they're gentle. They're not going to do it by force. Okay. Yeah, the Queen of Wands. Excuse me. I perceive you as like a very passionate woman, a very, very passionate man. You're passionate about life, or there's a certain passion that you go after. You're very fiery when it comes to opinionated, very fiery when it comes to discussions, okay? I'm also seeing like a smirk here. They almost feel like when they look into your eyes look like they know more, you know more than what you say you know. Or you're not as innocent as you look at the first glance. That's what I'm feeling here. They feel like you, not that you play with them, you see, that's the whole energy that I pick up. It's not that you play with them, but they feel like you take this connection very lightly, in a very playful way, almost to the point where it kind of, they like it, but they're not used to it. Okay? They're not used to that very freeing energy, like this very playful getting to know each other. okay? And they're like a little bit like scared that you play games with them. Because again, it's a fire that can burn you, or just burn and bring warmth to the room. I also heard this could be the best thing that ever happened to me, or the worst thing that ever happened to me. So they perceive you as like a heartbreaker. Their first impression of you might be that. Or a game, not a game, how can I say that? They will feel like this is a risky thing to do. Because the attraction is very intense. And what if I get rejected? What I feel is very intense, and what if I get rejected? That's what I'm feeling here. My beautiful pie number 2, I hope you like this reading. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pie number 3. So you chose this beautiful image here. It's a little bit hard to see the cards because we are in a cozy energy today. I want to say one thing which I forgot in pie number 1 and pie number 2, but I'm just gonna, you know, edit something in there. One thing that I want to say is you have to keep in mind that we don't know, or do we, when you will meet your future spouse. So that means I could be describing a future version of yourself, okay? So even if you feel like I'm not quite there yet, whatever I am describing, when you meet your future spouse, just imagine that you might be in different circumstances with different energy, in a different perspective, or, you know, like, for example, you want to manifest something, or you want to be more confident because you're shy right now. When I'm saying they will see you as, or perceive you as confident, first of all, it's just their first impression. And second of all, you might be at a different place with your confidence during that time, okay? So just keep that in mind. Pie number 3, I heard some stuff when I was shuffling your cards. I heard melodic, poetic accent, okay? Because we have the card listening here. It's the throat chakra. So your future spouse's first impression of you would be that you either have like a very melodic voice, or the way that you speak is unusual, may it be an accent, or that you maybe speak in metaphors, or that you are very much into poetry and you say poems by heart. There's something about the way that you speak is going to be different. It seems to be melodic, poetic, artistic, okay? The way you express yourself with your words is almost as if they will feel like, again, some feel like you have like a sexy accent. They like your accent, okay? And for others of you, they just like the way that you talk. Again, this could be like melodic, or a very deep voice, a very high-pitched voice, okay? So the first thing they're going to notice about you is your voice, okay? I also feel like you guys are gonna meet in public, to be quite honest, okay? Because if they've noticed your voice first, that would mean that's not gonna be on Tinder, right? So I feel like for a lot of you guys, yeah, I think for most of you, it's gonna be meeting outside somewhere, okay? So they're gonna notice your voice. It sounds melodic to them. But they could also just like the way you speak, okay? That you maybe use different words, or like very, how do you say that? You know, like a very formal language or something like that. Or they just really like your accent. With the listening card, to me, this is like a freaking crazy card here. This card reminds me of art. It reminds me of like, they could be perceiving you. Their first impression of you might be that their assumption might be that you are an artist, okay? Or that you are very much into fashion. Yeah, because I heard artist and fashion, okay? So for some of you guys, their first impression could be that you look very fashionable, or like your fashion is really, really nice. They like the way that you dress, okay? Or they feel like it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. It could be that you have a very unique way of expressing yourself with the way that you dress, okay? Or there could be an energy where the way that you dress, it doesn't even have to be like fashionista and stuff like that, but maybe what you wear has like a statement, or what you wear, maybe like even like a bag that has like a little saying on it, for example, or that you wear lucky charms. There's something about what you wear. Oh my god, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Your future spouse will pay attention to what you wear, not because of like them being shallow, but it's almost like there's little details about what you are wearing. You might wear like very interesting earrings, your chain, or what is on your t-shirt or something like that. For example, you know those t-shirts that say I hate Mondays? That's what I basically mean. So there's like something very catchy about what you wear, okay? It could go in that direction, but it could also go in the direction of like very, like from head to toe fashionista, or you know, your sunglasses match your shoes, match your bag, or something like that, and they perceive you as somebody like, wow, she has like a sense of fashion, or he has like a sense of fashion here. But again, it almost feels like the way that you dress speaks a story, because I heard everything that you wear speaks a story. So your future spouse has like an eye for details. They're very analytic, you see. Busted. Because like I feel their energy here. I feel like they're very, very analytical. Meaning they pay attention to little things. So they would pay attention to what you wear, and they would try to put the puzzle pieces together, trying to figure out what type of person you are. So this could be somebody who is very good at seeing through people, or I mean, they're gonna be interested in you, right? So they would, you know, like, yeah, scanning, okay? Because I was looking at this card and I was like, the only thing that comes to my mind is scanning, but I don't know what the word scanning is supposed to mean in that context. Now it makes sense. They're scanning you. They're scanning you and paying attention to little details, what you are wearing, or your bracelet, for example. Okay, and they feel like they're trying to figure out who you are, you see? They're trying to figure out who you are, meaning I feel an energy where they will spot you in the crowd, or they will spot you somewhere and they want to know who you are. Okay? There's something about... I'm also hearing, what do you mean? Okay? So their first impression of you is that you kind of confused them. I don't know why. They might be confused because you remind them of somebody, like with your face, or they feel like they've seen you before, okay? Or there could be an energy where from the back you look like somebody else, okay? There's something about like, what do you mean, and I want to know who this person is. We also have the clarity card here. I heard crystal clear with that card. So yeah, now I'm getting it. They want to take a closer look at you. There might also be an energy where they feel like you wear very interesting jewelry, okay? Because with the crystal, this could also pertain to jewelry. Oh boy. I also just heard you make them wet when you are a dude. So they will get wet. They will feel like very lusty, okay? But their first impression of you is, this is something that I want to analyze or look at closer. Okay. I need clarity. So they will be very, very invested in knowing your name, maybe even where you come from. Maybe that's why they need clarity. It could be like your ethnicity, that they want to know where you come from. Oh, we also had the word accent, right? So maybe they are hearing you talk and they hear that you have an accent and then they want to know where you come from. There could be that you're very interested, like your background might be very interesting, your ethnicity. Okay. You could be even like a foreigner in their country, like for example, when you're traveling, who the heck knows? And that's why they hear your accent or they hear that you speak a different language. Their first impression of you is that you're very, very, almost like art that you want to analyze. They will see you as art. I don't know why. Again, this could be because of what you're wearing. You might literally be an artist, or you express your artistic side with your fashion. Okay, because if we look at this card, those are like very like fashionista kind of cards here. We also have the month June. Okay, let's start again. Did I start your reading and I said, do you know, we don't know when you meet, we don't know when you will meet your future spouse, or do we? And now I look at this card and it says June. Okay. So for some of you guys, you might be meeting them in June, in the month of June. But as you look at those ladies, they really have like a statement. They really want to say something with what they wear. Okay. That's how they will perceive you. They will perceive you that you have a statement, or that you express yourself with what you wear. Even if it's little things, like a ring. And they will be very, very drawn to that. It will, again, they will try to scan you and make sense out of different things. I don't know why they're like that, but they're very analytical. Like, okay, like this. Scanning. Now with the King of Pentacles, they will probably, your future spouse will perceive you maybe as somebody who has money or who looks wealthy, okay? They could perceive you, again, it's their first impression of you. It doesn't have to be the truth, but they could perceive you as somebody who maybe has like a bigger position in a company. Like you might be somebody who's important. Somebody who's important when it comes to, for example, if they see you in uniform, okay? They see you as like a, let's say, a policeman or like a police officer. When they wear their uniform, there is somebody important. So they might perceive you as somebody who's important. They might perceive you as somebody who has probably like a bigger position in a company, or who does something bigger when it comes to their career. Again, it's their impression. It doesn't have to be literally, okay? Because they don't know you, or do they? Let me stop asking those questions. So I also have like a water bottle, hot water bottle. It's not a bottle, water bag. I don't know how you call those things. You know what I mean. So with the King of Pentacles, they might be seeing you as somebody who's wealthy, who has like a bigger position in a company, somebody who is financially well off. I'm also, oh my goodness gracious. Now I pick up, they will be looking at your hands to see if you're married, because they might think that you are married. I don't know why, but they might think you're married. So they will look if you have a ring on your finger. Watch their eyes when you meet them. Okay, another thing, the King of Pentacles is also a Taurus energy here, okay? Or just in general, Earth. When they meet you for the first time or see you for the first time, they might also, even if it's not seeing you as like somebody in a bigger position or wealthy, they could be seeing you at a point in time where you are working on something, okay? They could feel like you just came from work, or you're currently working on something, or you have your uniform on, or you have like, you know, like a stewardess already has on her uniform, okay? Another thing that their first impression of you is that you are somebody who walks slowly, okay? For some reason, they will notice that. I'm telling you, your future spouse is extremely analytical. I almost want to say they will observe you from afar or something like that. Yes, they will. I think they will observe you from afar and analyze you, okay? Because I also heard the way you walk. So that means they will watch you walk, or there will be something that they find sexy or attractive about the way that you walk. This could be you walking in heels, or this could be you running, okay? They will pay attention to where you walk or how you walk. I mean, what's going on here? Their first impression of, they're gonna analyze everything about you, but the interesting thing is, I think they do that in order to figure out if you are with somebody. You see how many questions I'm asking, so they will have like a lot of questions to ask you. They will have like a lot of questions about you, or they want to know a lot. I heard, I want to know more. So to them, you will be kind of like, their first impression of you is kind of like a mystery, or almost like a riddle they want to solve, because they might have questions like, how old are you? Where do you come from? Okay. And I feel like their first impression of you with the 9 of Cups could be somebody who's enjoying life, or when they see you for the first time, you might be enjoying life. You seem to be somebody who really enjoys life, okay, or who really likes to enjoy the finer things in life, okay? They could also maybe perceiving you as somebody who is quite celebratory, okay? Your character is quite celebratory, meaning that little things make you very happy, meaning like, yay, you know, like, oh, that's so cool, or something like that. That you have like a very celebratory spirit, I want to say. Also seeing a bag, okay? So I really feel like they will feel like you are on your way to work, or you are working on something, or you might be very busy or something along those lines when they see you for the first time, or just in general like somebody who's very, very career driven, somebody who is driven to achieve their goals and their dreams, somebody who's very celebratory about life, like you know how to enjoy life with big things, little things, okay? They might have the impression that you are into luxury items. You could be wearing something like a luxury item when they see you for the first time, or they might be again feeling like you are on the wealthier side, or you are, maybe you come from a wealthy family also, or again you might be married. I don't know why I picked that up, but they want to know if you are married. So they could maybe perceive you as somebody who's married. I don't friggin' know. Now with the 9 of Pentacles, actually let me get more cards, because I want to know more, just like your future spouse, okay? Their first impression of you. Company number. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. The 3 of Cups. And the 10 of So this is what I have been talking about. The Ten of Cups in that context for me always means overseas. So there's something about ethnicity, background, accent that they will be very, very interested in, or that they will be noticing about you, or they will feel like you have to be from abroad because I've never seen you here before. Okay. They feel like you are, I'm also hearing exotic, or I'm hearing unique beauty. That's how they perceive you. They feel like there's something very unique about your beauty, or very unique about there's something very unique about your face in their eyes that they've never, it's like I'm hearing them saying to themselves, if you would live here, I would have noticed you already, or I would have seen you before. I don't know why. I'm hearing because you are their cup of tea, like you're their type, and they don't see their type very often. This is becoming like a whole story here. Okay, so with the Three of Cups again, they perceive you like in the beginning as somebody who's like very celebratory, or you're enjoying yourself. Okay, it's interesting because I feel like maybe you're enjoying yourself, but for some of you guys, you might also be working on something. This could even be like you know, like a how do you say that, a company party, or a, you know, a party at the company or something like that, because it might be a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit tied to work. But again, it's like a general reading, right? But overall, they just feel like you are like a very celebratory person, or you're enjoying yourself, or you look very, very happy. Yeah, they feel like you look very, very happy. They feel like you look happy, and because of that reason, they feel like you you're already taken or something like that. What the heck? Then we have the Wheel of Fortune here. They look at you as, again, they don't see you very often because you are their type, so it's very rare for them to see somebody like you, because the Wheel of Fortune is like, oh, that's a fortunate event, right? Or, you know, the fortunate event doesn't happen very often. But fortune also talks about money. So again, they perceive you as somebody who's like lucky, or somebody who has money, or somebody who's like very, very happy. Even if you don't have money, maybe on that day you wear something luxurious for once in your life, and that's exactly the day where they meet you, for example. Okay. Overall, I also feel like they perceive you as somebody who's very down to earth. Yeah, you're very humble. Although they might perceive you as like wealthy, you're very humble. Very, very humble. And again, I keep hearing like a melodic voice. A melodic voice that I want to listen to. Their first impression of you is that they want to know your story. They perceive you as somebody who has like a very clear and clean aura or energy. Meaning, and what I mean by that is that you have like an optimistic, celebratory, happy, peaceful, grounded energy. And I think that might also be rare, because if you go into the city, you see a lot of people grumpy, or with like, again, they see like you have like the brightest smile or the brightest face in the room. It could be because you just got good news or something like that. So you have like the biggest smile, the brightest smile in the room or on the picture. Let's say they see you on Instagram or something like that. And that's so different. Of course, that would be quite different compared to a lot of stressed and grumpy people, let's say, when one is in the city. You know, it's not that often, because I feel like you have like a very pure, crystal clear energy that one doesn't see very often. Or like a very happy, jolly energy. We know that a lot of people walk around with a lot of pressure, and it's not that easy for them to put on a smile. Okay. Look at that energy. I want to know more. Tell me about you. Oh, no. Oh, here you can see it. Tell me about you. I want to know more. I want to know all about you. They perceive you as somebody, their first impression of you is very interesting. Like they find you very interesting, fascinating, and they want to listen to you. With the magician, again, you usually watch a magician because they have magic tricks. So I want to say your future spouse, they will perceive you as unique. Their first impression of you is unique, very unusual. And again, it's like, I've never seen you here before. It keeps this like very persistent here. They could also see you as like a master manifester, or that you are really good at manifesting your dreams, manifesting your goals, okay? They could see you as somebody who's very, very optimistic, yeah. They perceive you as somebody who's very optimistic. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Not only because they like your voice, but because you have like a very energizing spirit when somebody talks to you. Okay. Let's get a few more cards here. What is their first impression of you? And again, the way that you walk. So they will be watching you walk. They like how you walk. What is pie number 3's future spouse's first impression of pie number 3? What's going on? Yeah, the star. Again. A star. You see how that one star is yellow and the other ones are blue? A foreign star. You see the star, it's almost like the star doesn't belong here. So they will feel like their first impression of you might be, again, that you are a foreigner, that you are not from the city, the country, that you really stand out in the crowd, that you don't seem to belong there, okay? Or else they would have noticed you. Or you might really go to a new place or something along those lines. Their first impression of you is very friendly, but also very weird, but in a good way. It's like there's something weird about you, okay, that they find fascinating again. You are the weird one, the outlandish one, okay? Or for example, if you talk about the universe and the law of attraction and stuff like that, you know, those are usually, we are weirdos, right? In society. Just think it and make it happen. But that's what I'm feeling here, okay? I'm gonna speak it into existence, think it into existence. or somebody who's like very obsessed with astrology. There's something about like they find you quirky, yeah, but it's like endearing. There's something very quirky about you and they find that very endearing. Okay. Let's see what else. What is the first impression of you? Pile number 3. How do they perceive you? Their first impression of you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I keep seeing it here. Because it's something about how you completely stand out in the crowd. Something about how... now I got it. They perceive you as like very wholesome, very down to earth. You're not polluted by society, meaning like for some reason your future spouse is very aware of like toxic energy, for example, toxic music, or okay, here we go. Your future spouse, their first impression of you is that you are a healthy, how can I say that, a healthy, wholesome representation of women or men, okay? So they don't see you as like, for some reason your future spouse has this thought that there's a lot of toxic men or a lot of toxic women out there, and their first impression of you is that you are very wholesome and very healthy, maybe body, that you eat healthy, maybe your spirit, okay, maybe the music that you listen to, very wholesome. I keep feeling like wholesome, down to earth, healthy, healed or healing, divine, okay? It feels like when there's a lot of toxic people walking around out there that go with the trend, that listen to toxic music and stuff like that, for some reason your future spouse feels like you are the odd one that is still wholesome, still down to earth, not so brainwashed or polluted by society or society's standards. That's what it is, because I was like, what the heck is going on here? Okay. And again, they want to know more. Okay, my beautiful pile number 3. I hope you like this reading. I would love to continue, but I have to go. I'm actually going on vacation. That's why I think it's still, because I was planning to do the reading a little bit like, for some reason I'm not able to do short readings. I feel like it was a short reading, but I'm not sure, because I feel like I don't think it was. Anyway, the next video is going to be how your first impression would be of your future spouse. So if you're interested in that, I would love to see you there, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 4. How are you guys doing? The light is a little bit cozy today, so it might not be that easy to see the cards, okay? But I try my best. So, your future spouse's first impression of you. Okay, one thing that I want to tell you guys is it's gonna be interesting. I feel like it's gonna be interesting here. Their first impression of you is eyes. They will be looking at your eyes and feel like they're hooked on your eyes, or they cannot stop the eye contact, okay? Or they cannot stop looking at your pictures, depending on where they will see you, okay? Or it could even be the first date. They will feel like they have to constantly look into your eyes, or they cannot break the eye contact because it's so magnetic, okay? So I heard hooked on your eyes, magnetic eye contact. Your future spouse, their first impression of you It's so beautiful, but they feel a spark with you, meaning love at first sight, feeling the spark. Okay. They will be very, very drawn to your eye color or just your eyes in general, even like your eye shape, for example, okay? I'm feeling here their first impression of you is that you're beautiful to look at, or they really like. I'm also seeing here your profile, okay? So it has two meanings here. One, your profile they will find beautiful, or your profile picture, for example, okay? I'm seeing here they perceive you as somebody who's very spiritual. You might be posting spiritual things, or it might be visible that you're spiritual, meaning with crystals or what you wear or your hairstyle or something like that, okay? They will perceive you as somebody who's very spiritual, very religious. Their first impression of you is somebody who is a big believer in God, or a big believer in something higher. I'm hearing devoted. Some of you guys, you're literally like wearing like a head wrap, okay, because of religious beliefs. And for others of you, you just practice a lot of spirituality, meaning like cleansing, chakras, meditation, yoga and stuff like that, okay? Or you are just in general somebody who just really like spiritual topics, esoteric topics, okay? But overall there's an energy of like a big believer in God, or that your religion is very important to you. Your spiritual beliefs are very important to you. Your crystals, your incense, your meditation music is very, very important to you. I pick up an energy. Yeah, I also heard piercing the heart. So they might be drawn to your piercings in case you have some. But they feel like your eyes pierced through their heart. Now, what do I mean by that? That sounds super duper dramatic, but I feel like your future spouse will also feel super duper dramatic about your first meeting, your first eye contact, whatever it is. But I pick up an energy where the first time they see your eyes, their heart is hooked on you. It sounds super duper dramatic, but believe me, they're gonna feel very, very dramatic about the way that you meet, because I also heard the word trippy, almost like, you know, like a trip. It could be literally like a trip, meaning on vacation, but what I picked up was that is trippy, or that is crazy, or there's something about the way that you guys meet is crazy, or very dramatic, very weird, in a good way. But again, trippy, meaning they could also maybe perceive you as a hippie, okay? They could be perceiving you as somebody who is, yeah, again, like very, very spiritual, had a spiritual awakening, okay? A trippy. So they feel like being with you or being in your presence is always eventful. It could be just you. I feel like you have like a very, for some reason I feel like a magical energy around you or within you, because you're also connected to your spirit guides and to the universe. You also of course carry that energy with you, right? So, ooh, okay. I'm also seeing here they're very, very drawn to the way that you dress. it's very pleasing to their eye, especially when you go into that hippie direction, or in the direction of like, because I'm seeing here psychedelic energy, okay? So I'm feeling here this could be that you like to wear like rainbow colors, or that you like to wear very colorful things, or that you like to wear unique clothing items. You might also like face jewelry or something like that. There's something about the way that you dress kind of shows that you have like a hippie soul, or that you've had a spiritual awakening. Something that you wear tells them that you are spiritual or had like a spiritual awakening. And it's your eyes. Okay. I also heard shy, private, and mysterious. So for some of you guys, the first impression of you might be shy. Is it though? You see, I feel like they might perceive you as shy, but then they just realize you're not shy. You might just be private and mysterious, okay? Private meaning maybe your profile is on private. Maybe when they see you for the first time that you don't want to tell too much about yourself. You're a little bit hesitant, okay? That's why where the mystery comes from. Maybe when they ask you, what do you do for a living? You don't tell them right away, or you know, like you do like a little bit of like a tease where you tell them like, I'm gonna tell you on our next date, you know, like you don't have to know everything about me right away. Okay. I keep feeling the first time that they look at you, there's something going on with their heart. I don't know. Your soul pierced through their heart. They could feel like you have like very intense eyes, or the way you look at them is very intense. And magnetic. Now, with the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands, I want to say they perceive you, or their first impression of you is somebody who you can party with, or who you can have fun with, or you might just be somebody who is very, very fun to hang around, or somebody, I'm also seeing here, I'm also feeling for some of you guys a homebody. Okay, for some of you guys I'm hearing celebration, so you like to go on parties, okay, or you have like a very like a party animal vibe. And for others of you, I'm picking up more like a homebody, or somebody who likes to be at home, or who likes to be in nature. They will perceive you as somebody who, either way, it's very, very fun to be with you. Okay. Their first impression of you, I even want to say it's always like a party with you, or you have like a very inviting vibe, meaning like when they are with you, I'm hearing the party don't start till I walk in. So it's almost like I'm feeling here that they just feel like you're the one that brings the life to the party. Do you say it like that? The life to the party. Yeah. So what I pick up here is they feel like you're somebody who are very lively. Very lively. And I also heard the word refreshing and new, okay? So they perceive you, their first impression of you is that you are very refreshing, meaning maybe they've never been with somebody who's so spiritual, okay? Because with the Ace of Cups, I pick up an energy that's always like a very, very new energy. And the Ace of Cups here, for me, feels like very fresh, very clean. So their first impression of you is that you smell really good, okay? But I also pick up there's something very, very refreshing about you and your character, the way that you live your life, like your lifestyle. They also perceive you as somebody who's very intuitive, almost to the point where visualization. Okay, I'm getting something here. I said the word trippy. I want to say, before your future spouse meets you, they might have a vision of you. They might have a random dream of you. That's why they're like, and then they remember it because then they see you. That's going to be for a few of you, but there's something like crazy happening when you guys meet. Okay. Overall, they just feel like you are very refreshing, very, very pleasing to look at. However, they feel like it's a little bit hard to get to you, or it's a little bit hard to convince you, okay? They feel like you have strong boundaries and you're very careful with who you let in or who you date. But with the Queen of Cups, they see you as somebody who is very sensual, I'm hearing like your posture. They will be noticing your posture. They will feel like you have like a nice posture. Okay, let's see. What is pile number 4's future spouse's first impression of pile number 4? Yeah. They will feel like they have to convince you. And you're very freaking mysterious to this person. They will feel like they have to uncover you. Okay, this could literally mean that you wear like a head cover or you wear something, okay, to cover you. Or when they meet you for the first time, you might be wearing something where it's not easy to see you, okay? They feel like, what is the first impression of you? And again, very religious. I keep feeling like religious, spiritual, very refreshing. Wow. Damn, that was fast. They perceive you as somebody. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna tell you what I hear. From the first moment that they saw you, they knew that you would be their wife or their husband. That's why I said it's piercing. Your eyes are piercing through this person's heart. As if they remember from past life that you are the one for them. Damn, where are we going? There's something about past life, what happened in past life. Oh my God. So in past life, you guys were together, but something happened. And now I remember that somebody told me to do a past life love reading. If you chose this pile, that's your energy here. They feel like they really have to convince you. They feel like they really want to give you their all. I almost want to say they feel like they perceive you as somebody who really deserves it all, okay? Wow. Oh my God. The energy gets more intense and intense. And I told you it's dramatic, right? I told you. I'm seeing here, they perceive you as somebody who is very connected to God, very connected to spirit. Freaking God. I don't know where the heck the camera cut off, but I said they perceive you as somebody who's blessed, okay? This could be blessed with a gift. Could be like a talent that you have, such as instruments, singing, rapping, drawing, whatever the heck it is. They feel like their first impression is that you have like a natural talent or a natural gift, that you were gifted and blessed with something. And for others of you, I'm seeing here that you really glorify or talk very, very positively about the universe or about God or something like that. I keep feeling like a very strong religious energy here. And again, they feel like you are the type to marry. Wow, it gets really intense here. You are the type one would marry because you being so connected to God or the universe makes them believe that you lead them in the right way, or that you that you lead them in the right way, or that with you they I'm hearing, in this world of sins, all I need is me and my girlfriend. Oh, I told you. They feel like there's a lot of temptation and a lot of things in the world that are very questionable, and they feel like it could, you guys could be coming from pile number 3, because I feel like it's kind of connected here, because I talked about how in pile number 3 their future spouse was perceiving them as divine, or like a positive representation of women or men, depending on the gender. And I feel like it's similar here. They perceive you as somebody who didn't lose their way. Yes, they perceive you as somebody who didn't lose their way in this world full of sins and in the world full of sins and temptation. It's very easy to get lost. And with you, they feel very, very grounded. They feel like you bring them down to earth. You make them feel grounded, connected, down to earth. You make them enjoy life. That's why it's a party with you. Like, you make them laugh. You make them enjoy life. But again, for some reason they feel like you will lead them in the right direction, or even like when they think about like children or something like that, that you would teach their children good things or like valuable things. Okay, there's something about them feeling like they don't want to marry somebody who is very out there, or no judgment here, okay? I'm just saying this person here feels like they like that you're so private and to yourself and so mysterious, so religious, so spiritual. They really, really like that, okay? And I feel like that's who you're supposed to marry. You're supposed to marry somebody who is healthy. And I'm not talking about physical body. I mean, of course, but I'm talking about healthy, meaning mentally, spiritually. Does that make sense? So, the soul. is their first impression of you? Okay. Queen of Pentacles. They perceive you as somebody, their first impression of you is again very, very grounded, connected to nature, earth, or it could be just that you wear earthy tones, like when you buy clothing or wear clothing. It feels like you're one with God, one with Source. I just heard pretty, pretty, pretty. I actually heard the bird, but I heard pretty. Okay, they perceive you as pretty, okay. What is their first impression of you, pile number 4? Let's see what's up. Yeah. Wow. I don't want to say they perceive you as holy, but they perceive you as a very, very good human being, or like you really do bring good energy to the world. Almost as if they have respect for your belief or respect for your religion, as if they see you as somebody who, again, who didn't lose their way in a world full of temptation and sins. I'm hearing, I'm a born sinner, but I die better than that. Okay, with the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. You believe in something higher or bigger than you. You surrender to something bigger than you. They perceive you as selfless. You don't... This is not about you. I'm hearing this is not about you, meaning the energy that I pick up here is that you really, your energy goes to believing in love. I'm also hearing Do for Love by 𝑡𝑎𝑘𝑒. They feel like you really do things because out of love to help people. Or that you're just a very kind and giving person. Your energy is very healing. And again, there's something about, it's not about you. So you don't really have an ego. Okay, I feel like you're very selfless, or you always think about like other people here. Okay, let's get a few more cards here, guys. What is pile number 4's first impression of pile number 4? Some of them, they perceive you as tall, okay? Well, their first impression of you is like, you're tall. And also, I don't know why, now I'm hearing the song Bigger by Beyonce. I'm gonna put it down in the description box. You're part of something way bigger. You're part of something way bigger. Let's see, the Queen of Swords. How do they perceive you? What is their first impression of you? Their first impression of you, yeah, okay. Wow. With the Queen of Swords here, again, I'm seeing the candles here, okay. They could be perceiving you as somebody who prays a lot, or somebody who does rituals, candle magic, somebody who works with God, okay, who works with the universe. Okay, or they could just have this assumption about you when they see you, okay? They might be into the same thing and then they spot you. Do you know what I mean? You gotta know one, you gotta be one to know one. That's what I'm feeling here. Also feeling here that they perceive you as somebody who is not in it for just a fling. You want to marry. So for some of you guys, they will be perceiving you as somebody who's ready to marry because maybe of religion or culture, or that you only are intimate with somebody when you are in a official relationship, okay? That you have like very strong boundaries when it comes to how committed you are you to me, and then based upon that we can see how far we go sexually. Okay, for some of you guys. For others of you, they almost see you as picture perfect. I don't know, they, of course nobody's perfect, but they perceive you as somebody who is very honorable, somebody they have like a lot of respect for you and what you practice. And again, that's like almost to the point where you don't deserve mean people or people being mean to you, or who would dare to be mean to you. I don't know. I don't know what that's, because they feel like you deserve good karma, or you're just a really, really good person. Your future spouse, their first impression of you is that you are a really, really good person who comes, you live from your heart. You speak from your heart. You do from your heart. It's not about money. It's not about status. It's not about anything of that. You do it because of your heart. Okay? You are kind to people because of your heart. You didn't lose your heart in a very materialistic world. Okay? What is their first impression of you? One more card here. What is pile number 4's future spouse's first impression of you? 4 of Pentacles, you see? Not easy, a hard nut to crack. Not easy to convince. Not easy to bullshit. No bullshit here. Somebody you have to work for. They have this impression that you are somebody who moves slowly when it comes to relationship, marriage and all of that. Or that you are somebody that you really don't open up so easily. Even like when it comes to intimacy. But they also feel like it's gonna be interesting finding out what is behind this mysterious man, this mysterious woman who is so devoted to God or the universe. One last card here. They will feel like you are a nut that is hard to crack. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Because I'm hearing, what I'm feeling here is your future spouse will, their first impression will be that you are very good when it comes to giving advice, or for some reason you bring clarity into their life about something that they have been contemplating about. Almost as if you are an answer to a prayer, which would totally make sense here, right? Look at that. Looks like a prayer here. Hopefully you can see something, because I have like a very cozy light here. I don't know if you can see something. You see? Hard to see, hard to catch, hard to know. But I feel like your future spouse will feel like you came at the right place at the right time. Wow, yeah, you did. You will be an answered prayer. Prayer answered with what you say, with your presence. Yeah, and the card here that you chose says the gem of the tropics. And a gem is extremely precious, so they will feel like they will feel like again that they really want to give you everything, or you're very precious to them. We also have the word approach came through here. So I want to say approaching you is not easy, but their heart and soul is hooked. Does that make sense? They're hooked. 7 of Wands, and they will fight for you. They will show you that you can put your walls down, because they feel like you have a wall up. You really you protect yourself. They will feel like they have to convince you. Look at that. They will feel like they will have to convince you. Your spouse will feel like they want to convince you, they want to talk to you, and they want to show you. What do they want to show you? It's like they really, really, really want to give their all here. Okay. What do they want to show you? They want to show you that they have everything you need and that you have everything that they need. With the World card here. There's something about you are exactly what I have been looking for, and I'm going to show you that I am exactly what you have been looking for, because you will have your wall up a little bit here. Okay, yeah. To bring peace into your mind, or to bring peace to your mind because you question this person, or to bring peace to you in a situation where you might be feeling like, I don't know if this is gonna work between us, or again, it could be religious beliefs, or just that this person feels like they just want to take your worries away to the point where you no longer feel like you have to have a guard up, or that you finally speak to them, or you finally open up. Okay. One last card, yeah. They want to show you that they're not just in it to have fun, but they're freaking serious. Okay. They perceive you as you are serious with your energy, who you let in, and they're serious with showing you that they're in it to stay. They're in it for the long run. Okay. King of Beautiful pile number 4. I hope you like this reading. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? Well, the next video is going to be your first impression of your future spouse. So if you're interested in that and you're new on my channel, I welcome you to join me on the next video. Anything else? I don't think so. I'm going to see you in my next one. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.